Let's talk really quick about this subject about intentions versus results. And I just want to leave you with this. I'm going to be doing a Monday Mentor on it, and I would love to give this to you guys first. I absolutely believe that everybody in Noah U that's here is not only wanting to work on work that matters and work that is more of their heart's in that kind of work. But I believe we all want to live a life that is way more productive. We want to be as productive and strategic as possible. We don't want to waste time. We want to work on work that we love, and we want to do what we're really good at. So I get that. But in order to get there, we have to look at measuring our results versus our intentions. This life, however many years you've got left, I personally had to tell myself, Noah, you got 45 years. Lord willing, you've got, you can be on this earth another 45 years. And I looked at that as 4 chunks of 10. But already at 45, I've really got a window physically, meaning like, will my body actually be up for a task? Let's say it's 65, 75, of where I can produce the most, knowing the most, meaning I'll be at this portion of my life where I have the most wisdom, have the most influence because I have so many relationships in my life, and I'm the greatest at what I'm at, meaning like I've honed my craft for 20, 30 years. Now it goes into just this uber using it in the best way. You're the quickest you've ever been, you're making the best stuff that you've ever made, etc. With that in mind, you guys have to stop and really think about results. Our life is based on results. Our life is not based on just ideas and dreams and what our intentions are. So that's why I say our life isn't based on what we intend to do. Our life is based on what we've done. So let me encourage you on this. Results are the true measure. Remember this. Results are the true measure. My question for you is, how much of your time are you preoccupied with dreams, vision casting, coming up with ideas, planning? And here's one that's really, really interesting. Gathering equipment, I'm gonna be an artist, or I saw this one guy big time. This guy was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I can't wait to create this, I'm gonna make this line, I'm gonna tell this story, yada yada yada. And like he spent all his time getting his studio ready, like building the nest. He was buying all the right equipment, had the best lighting. Well, I got to get this compressor. He literally made his identity about getting all the things, and he really believed that just by having these things, having ideas, having a plan, and having equipment made him an artist. What makes him an artist is art, producing a product. What makes me an author is finishing a book, which, by the way, I just finished Fear Hunters. It's done. Typesetting is now happening, meaning the editing's all done, the 4 rounds of editing. Typesetting's being done. The layout, meaning before it goes to print. So couldn't be more excited. But I had to start looking at, I can have all the greatest ideas in the world. I can plan, I can vision cast, I can go into Noah U and get the blueprints, and I can start mapping everything out. That is not the same thing as doing. So I ran into a guy last night. This guy last night at a clothing store, I said, hey man, what are you most passionate about? Because I saw this little keychain he's got that's got like this little thing about music around it. And he goes, I said, if you could do anything you want in life, what would you do? And he goes, I would write screenplays and I would have something to do with music. I'm like, oh, cool. And so he's like, yeah, when I'm going to school right now, I really love fashion though too, man. It's like, he's giving me kind of his download. But I could tell he wasn't doing anything. He was just kind of like working in this clothing store, going to school and hoping for something like lightning to strike. And I think his name was Bobby. And I just said, Bobby, here's the deal. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. By 2017, I want you to have filmed a 3-minute piece that you have not only wrote the screenplay for, you've written the music for, and you've been able to exemplify your fashion sense through that piece. And that's your goal by 2017, because here's what you need to do. You have to send a low probe out there to an experiment to test the waters of your passion and see if those all fit. You could say, man, the fashion thing was cool, but I don't really like it. I don't want to marry it, but I love the music part. Or, hey, man, I really love this part right here about doing the screenplay. I can leave the rest to others to do well, but I am a screenwriter. I love it. Or screenplay is what I thought I was good at, but I'm actually better at the fashion sense. But he's not doing anything. Ideas, intentions, hopes, dreams, all of these things are great. Dreams don't mean squat unless they're cashed in for a result. You can have a bag of dreams, but if you have not spent them and bought yourself a result, dreams don't matter. Dreams are goals without deadlines. And I want to encourage you, show me a dream that has been executed on. Noah, you could be your first ushering into this process and this idea of, man, I'm finally going to uncork and be who I really want to be. And I'm going to dream what I really want to dream. And I'm really going to go after this. And I'm going to get a plan, and then I'm going to attack that plan. It's one thing to have a plan. You know, a lot of people want to plan the strategy, but they don't want to actually go to war. This game of life is a war with yourself. You're going to overcome the enemy of self, keeping you from being who you truly ultimately want to be out of self-preservation. Your flesh is going to want to shut you down and say, you can't do it. You don't have what it takes. Somebody else has already done it. You know, you won't make any money. It's too risky. All these different things. That war right there is what you overcome, step into doing, execute it, knock it out, and get it done. So here's what I want to encourage you with and leave you with. Make sure that you measure, that the time that you measure is 80% doing and executing. And the 20% is measuring the results and planning and forecasting. So you could do that into 10% each. Let me repeat that. Make sure that if you are measuring in your head and you're walking around every single day, that you're preoccupied in your mind, that 80% is doing. A majority of your time is doing it. 10% is you measuring the results of the 80% that you're doing. And the other 10% is forecasting and planning what's to come. So you're sharpening the saw. So I really want you to